All right, so for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the VACO 11-in-1 screwdriver. Now, we're going to first start off by taking a look here at the handle on this 11-in-1. Now, the plastic is a yellow plastic, and the overmolding, the rubber overmolding, is a bluish color. Now, the rubber overmolding and the plastic here on here are very, they're very comfortable in the hand. Not as comfortable as some of the other 11-in-1 screwdrivers out there, but definitely not the worst of them out there. Now you can see you have the VACO name, which I believe is just a part of the plastic here, the yellow plastic, and then they cut it out with the rubber overmolding. And then they also have the trademark mark right there. Now, the one nice thing about this, it is on the top of it. So if you did have this guy sitting in your tool bag, you could see what tool this was if you had a bunch of the other VACO branded tools. It does say 11-in-1 there on the top, so it's easy to identify. It would have been nice to see them kind of fill that in, maybe with some white paint, or maybe some black paint, so that way it kind of sticks out more and kind of pops out more. But it is nice they did feature that there on the handle of the screwdriver. Now, coming to this side, you have all of your safety warnings right there, and then you have your model number for this guy, which is VAC 1110. And then we'll get to the business end here. You also have a V right there in the plastic molding, which is nice. I believe that is the only spot. It is also right there. So you have that V on both sides. Now, it's like a typical 11-in-1. It's going to have your typical bits. If you're looking for the more specialized bits, you're either going to have to buy a screwdriver that has those specialized bits you're looking for, or you're going to have to buy the bits themselves. Now, this guy, like I said, has the typical bits that come in an 11-in-1. So this guy pops out right here. Now, these are your 1/4-inch nut driver, and then you're going to have your number 2 Phillips and your 1/4-inch slotted right there. And then again, this is your 1/4-inch nut driver right there. And they are all a ball detent, so they just kind of push and lock in. Now on this side, this is going to be your number 1 Phillips and your 3/16 slotted. And again, ball detent kind of locks right into the tool. And then this guy on this end of the tool is going to be your 3/8 nut driver. And there's no magnet in there, so if you do tend to use this to take a screw out and or put a screw in, just keep that in mind that they are not magnetic. So the screw will fall out once you've once you have taken it out or you set it in there. You got to be kind of careful to keep it balanced on there, or you're going to put your hand on the screw to screw it in. Now on this side of the tool, you're going to have your square bits right here. So you have a square one, which is right here, and then your square 2 right there. Now it would have been nice to see them label the bits. I know some people like that, and some manufacturers do. They laser engrave the bits so you know which bit is which, but for the price of this one, I kind of understand why they didn't do it. So that is your square bit, and then you pull this guy out, and this is going to be your 5/16 nut driver right there. And then you pull that bit out and you flip it over and you get some Torx bits. On this guy, I believe you get a T10 and a T15. So I believe the T15 is going to be this guy, and the smaller one's going to be the T10. So if you did have some, ran into some Torx head screws you needed to take in and out, you could do that. Can't say I've seen Torx head screws very often, at least in heating and cooling. So for me, I'd consider possibly changing this bit out, maybe put a Schrader core removal tool, removal and inspection tool on there, or put the removal tool and the it's the terminal screwdriver bit on there. So that's pretty much it for the detail and all of the bits on here. Now, if you're familiar with the VACO brand, at least from my understanding, Klein Tools owns the VACO name. That's kind of where they got all of their acetone, or kind of forget what that plastic's called. But some of their older screwdrivers and some of the older nut driver, the acetate handles out there were kind of the VACO brand, and Klein bought them up. And they've come out with some Klein tools, or they've come out with some VACO branded tools. Like I did take a look at the VACO step bits here on the channel. I'm not positive if this is Klein or not. There are kind of some indications that it is Klein. Just, you know, kind of how they lay the model number and then have all these warnings on here. That's kind of similar, very similar to the way Klein lays their tools, lays out their stuff on their 11-in-1 screwdrivers. And then another thing is, so when you look at the package, it says they are in Lincolnshire, Illinois. Now, Lincolnshire, Illinois is also the home of Klein Tools. So that, you know, kind of, again, leads me to believe that this is Klein. But the only place that you can get these is, as far as I know, is on Amazon. They don't really have anything listed on Klein's website that says these are, you know, Klein. But like I said, the VACO brand, they pretty much own the name to that. So it kind of leads me to believe that this is just them creating a tool that they can sell maybe exclusively on Amazon. And it's fairly affordable. I believe this only cost me like $10, $15 for this guy. Whereas, you know, your standard 11-in-1, 10-in-1 from Klein is going to run anywhere from $30 to $35, depending on which model you get. So this is a lot more affordable. And it doesn't have quite as many features as the, you know, you're not going to get the more specialized screwdrivers as like you'd get with Klein. But it is a nice affordable option. But like I said, not 100% sure if this is a Klein tool or not. But like I said, there's plenty of things that lead me to believe that it's them just creating a brand, maybe to sell it exclusively on Amazon. Now, they do also have some other tools available on Amazon. They have a stubby, and then they also have a couple different nut driver, multi-bit nut driver tools as well over there. I'm possibly thinking about picking some of those up and taking a look at them. I decided to pick this guy up to see kind of how it is, and see kind of how the quality is, and I have to say I am kind of impressed for the price. So if you are looking for this guy, I will leave a couple links, or I will leave a link down in the description below. I'll also leave a link down to VACO's website if you want to find out some more information about this. But with that being said, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching.